So I tried to make my own snake bite and it went horribly, horribly wrong. It tastes okay, I guess. So, here we are. Coffee time, technically. But no coffee because I got beer instead. And I tried to make a snake bite. So, alright, look. Problem one. I don't have a tap in my house, which is unfortunate because a Guinness tap would be perfect for my home. And two, I was using the bottle version of Guinness, and apparently, from personal experience, I already know that one, it's never going to be better than a tap. I don't think. Two, the bottle, in terms of your at-home options, the bottle is the worst option. And three, I don't know. I followed the instructions. I don't know. I put the cider in. And then I put it didn't work. Anyway, it didn't do what it was supposed to do. It tastes okay. And I feel like I'm supposed to feel. So there's that. So I thought I'd spend tonight talking about a couple different things. And one is, well, I wanted to talk about video game disappointment. Specifically, I want to talk about my current disappointment with the Last Guardian. My disappointment with it is a little different than everybody else's disappointment. There's a lot of people that are all upset about it. You know, it's subpar compared to graphically, and there's a lot of complaints. As a matter of fact, I saw an article where Sony has permanently reduced the price of The Last Guardian. I guess that's because it's doing so poorly. I don't know, but you know, there's that, and so there's a lot of people apparently upset about this game. But my particular upset or disappointment with it is not about anything about the game per se. I haven't even played it, and I think that's my disappointment, is that I'm not going to play it. Not anytime soon. It'll be a long time before I play it. When it was originally announced, I was pretty excited, and that was part of the reason why I wanted a PlayStation 3. Is because I loved the previous two games, you know, Eco and Shadow of the Colossus. I love those games a lot, and of course I wanted to continue being part of that world. You know, so it was announced it was going to be on the PlayStation 3 originally, way back when it was originally announced, and so I made sure I had a PlayStation 3 in hand to buy, and then it just kind of disappeared, right? And then it was finally released, and it's now released as a PlayStation 4 exclusive. Now I know, you know, that support for the PlayStation 3 is pretty much dropped. There's no more, well, not support, but there's no more games being developed for the PlayStation 3. I know this. But what's unfortunate is that you know, that was what I wanted to play it really bad, right? And like I said, it's one of the big reasons I wanted a PlayStation 3. And now you know, I know, I mean, of course there are people going, well, just buy a PlayStation 4. Well, you know, that's not always an option. Not everybody can just go run and grab, hey, you want a new console, let's just go get one. You know, the new Nintendo Switch is coming out. I don't even have a Wii U, you know, and I don't really have any intentions of buying any new consoles until what I have breaks and falls apart or whatever, and then I'm left with no choice, you know. I don't have any intentions of buying any more consoles until what I have currently is done, you know. So I'm disappointed with that. I'm disappointed with the fact that, you know, way back, I thought I was going to get a chance to play it. Now I'm not. And it's just kind of a bummer, you know. to think that you know, there was my not my hopes and dreams. Don't get me wrong, but it was what it was a big reason for me to get a PlayStation 3. Now it's not going to happen, so I've just got to move on and wait for the PlayStation 4 to become my PlayStation to finally die, so I can go ahead and get a PlayStation 4, and then I can play it. But then, of course, it's going to suck because all my PS3 games are going to be useless, and I might as well just throw them away, which that sucks too, right? So there's a lot of disappointment with that in there. The next thing I thought I'd talk about was I wanted to kind of touch on is my backlog, and video game backlogs in general. Now it's really common. The thing is to buy, and I'm guilty, man. I buy games in bundles on super duper sales because I don't want to. I've said it several times on several videos, several different situations, that I am not going to go buy a game brand new. I'm not, and I'm not going to pre-order a game. With the exception of very few instances would I pre-order a game. Obviously there's something special that I wanted, that's only going to be available in the pre-order, but let's face it, is it always only available in the pre-order? But anyway, very, very few scenarios where I would pre-order a game. So I'm not going to buy new games. So a lot of times what I end up happening is I wait until these games fall on some kind of super duper sale price, or buy them in big bundle packs or something like that. Like when PlayStation Network had a great sale the other day, I snatched up I ended up getting like 3 or 4 games I've been wanting to get, but I wasn't going to pay $20 or $30 for games that were, I just don't feel like it's worth it, especially digital copy games. That's the thing, right? On the computer, I get bundles and bundles and bundles of Steam games, and I've got like 400 some odd in my library I may never play, and I mean, I'm not going to pay full price for a digital game, so I end up snagging all these games super cheap. But then I never play them. I might play 1, maybe 2 of them, and then I don't always play to completion. So that's the thing. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how to force myself to play games. A lot of times I'll buy a bunch of these games and I think I really want. A lot of times if I buy them in bundles, there's normally like one game in the bundle that I really, really wanted, and that one game justifies me buying the whole bundle, if that makes sense. It's going to be cheaper to buy the bundle than it would be to buy that game individually. So a lot of times I'll do that. I might play the game that I wanted a little bit, but honestly, sometimes I end up playing it a little bit and then that's it. I never come back to it. I mean, Alien Isolation. Alien Isolation. Let me get a little bit more of this just to make sure I'm talking straight. Alien Isolation was a good example of that. Is that I bought it on a super duper sale price, and I played it, and I got I got into the game, and I got to that point where the alien actually shows up, and you're kind of things are getting kind of scary again. When they start getting a little scary, and then I stopped playing, and I haven't come back to it. So I don't know. So the problem, I guess, is with the backlog is that a lot of times I might start a game, but I get blindsided or sidetracked a lot of times, particularly by YouTube, actually. I'll have a game in mind that I want to review, and I'll start playing like Alien Isolation, and I'm playing it, and I'm enjoying it, but I wanted to review this next month for whatever reason, so I'll stop playing it and I'll turn my attention to this game and I'll finish this game. But the funny thing is I'll do that, but I'll never do the review. At least that's what's happened in the past. Is that I'll get in my head that I want to do this game and I finish the game and I never review it. But I don't know. It's ridiculous, right? So here's what I'm thinking. I think that I'm gonna chew on this, right? And at the end of this month, I'll do, I'll set a backlog goal of like 3 or 4 games, you know, something reasonable that I want to complete by, you know, some given amount of time. I don't know. And I'll do a little video about it or something, and maybe you guys can help me pick the games. That's what I'll do. I'll post a list of the games I have available to choose from somehow in the description. I'll figure it out, I promise. And I want votes. I want to know what's worth playing, because some of these games that I haven't played, I don't know. It might be crap. I might just need to steer clear and not even bother with it. But I might think it looks cool because the picture looks good. You know, it's the same story 30 years later. You know, I'm looking at the picture, making a judgment call whether I want to play it. Anyway, maybe you guys can help me pick like 4 games, maybe. Yeah, let's do 4 games, and then I'll pick the. I'll look at the suggestions you guys give me, and maybe I'll make based on the suggestions you give me, I'll make a backlog list, and then we'll go forward from there. And I think it's a good idea. I don't know. Do you guys suffer from this same problem, right? I mean, I know there's a lot of you guys out there, friends of mine, that have, you know, the walls and walls of video games. You know, I was there, you know. Do you run into that? Like this nagging backlog that's like always there. You know, you want to finish this game, but you never get to it because you start this game, but you never finish it. And you know, you're always, I don't know, your attention's always like pulled everywhere. I don't know. Anyway, that's that. I'll do the backlog thing. I'll put a link in the description to the list somewhere. I know how I'll do it. It will be in the description. I got it. And if not, I'll put it at the end of the video. Actually, I'll put a link at the end of the video. Let's do that. We'll put the link at the end of the video. You can follow the link, and that's where it'll be. I got it. Figured it out. All right. So that's it. Those are the 2 things I kind of want to talk about, mention, touch base on. And I guess now is the time when we do the Q&A segment that I call Q&A. Okay, so the first question up is from Matt. Again. And I will answer Matt's questions until Matt stops asking questions. Matt's a great guy. He says, everyone loves tacos. Not everyone, actually, but my son doesn't love tacos. Do I go for a hard or a soft taco when it's time to eat? Usually, I go for a soft taco. However, I do actually like basically a taco salad, but I don't do a taco salad because I don't do salad. I do like the taco shell, and I'll crumble the taco shell up, and then I'll put like the taco pieces on top, but I don't do like lettuce and tomato and like gobs, and like I don't make a salad. I just put like taco meat and cheese and stuff in there, and I eat that. So that's what I do. Next up is a 3. I love you, Stu. A 3-part question from Mr. Dude 206. It was, what is my favorite genre in video games? Genre is a pretty broad term, I guess, but I'll say that I really like horror themed games. I like those in general. I like horror themes in a lot of different variety, be it a point and click adventure game or something like that. But I am particularly fond of, honestly, of survival horror games. In particular, things that are a little more psychological in nature. You know, your Silent Hills, things like that. They have a little more of a twistedness to them. I like stuff like that a lot. So if I had to pick a genre, I don't know how I would name that, but that's what I like, and that's my favorite types of games to play, is stuff like that. And what's my favorite fame? That's what you wrote. What's my favorite fame in 2001? You meant favorite game. I'm assuming. My favorite game in 2001. It's funny because it kind of just ties hand in hand with the last question. Is Silent Hill 2. I was looking at the list of games from that year, and there was a lot of good ones. I was going, oh yeah, I like that one. I like that one. I like that one. And then there she was, like a beacon. Silent Hill 2. Absolutely my favorite game from 2001. And then finally, Optimus Prime or Skeletor. My answer is Skeletor. And that is because, one, when I was a child, I ate, slept, breathed He-Man. And Skeletor is one of my favorite enemies. But the other thing about Skeletor I really like, he is a master of insults. Actually, let's see if I can do it. I have got this thing on my phone here. It's an app called Skeletor, the Skeletor app. Let's see. So I can choose like all of his insults. So let's see. They
should call you Wimplash.
Or
Skeletor to King Randor. Skeletor to King Randor. Come in, you royal boob.
Or one more. Actually, I'll do two. I'll do this one first. Just because I like it. And then let's do
who does that cabbage think he is?
So I mean it's great. I love Skeletor, and for that reason, he's hilarious. And actually, it's funny because I started watching it again with my son, and there's a lot of these that I just like bust out laughing at, and he doesn't really understand why I think it's so funny. And it's not that they're adult or anything, but they're funny to me. All right, and the last one is from a fella named Fame Rav, who left a comment on one of my last videos, and he just asked, could I give him a shout out on his channel? Sure. There you go. Consider yourself shouted out, Fame Rav. He doesn't really have any videos on his channel, but maybe he's trying to build a subscriber base to start doing that. I don't know. So thanks for checking the video out. So you have been shouted. Look, I know there was a lot of rambling this time. There usually is, but that's that. Make sure you check out the link. That actually really does get to you really quick, doesn't it? Make sure you check out the link to look at the list to help me out on the backlog choice. And I'll do a video later this month, kind of looking at some of the data, some of the choices people have made. You can actually give me some of your recommendations on my Facebook page or the Twitter page. So either way, and if you want to, you can do it on Instagram, but I don't know how that works, how you would do that in a way that would make sense. But I'm sure there are people out there that know a way. Anyway, that's that. I'm done with this drink. So I might try to make another one, because I really think I can do it, but I don't know if I'll do it right. Well, guys, that wraps up this video. I really appreciate you watching me ramble for a little while. I do enjoy doing these videos for you guys. Please, if you want to, check out some other videos and subscribe if you haven't already. If you have time, check me out on social media and maybe even Redbubble. Thanks for watching.